Heidi, today we all thought we were supposed to hear the judgment on whether or not Old Mutual is indeed in contempt of court, but that wasn't the case.
Definitely not the case, Marcel. I think we were all anticipating whether or not Old Mutual will be found in contempt of court. But basically what happened was it wasn't even Judge Mashile who's been presiding over the matter since day one. It was Judge Musa who basically read out an order. And this order is giving an opportunity for Old Mutual to respond, giving them 10 days exactly to give a reason and an explanation as to why they should not be found in contempt of court. Now, one must remember that Peter Moyo was suspended and then later on fired, and he took an application to court to have that dismissal overruled, and Judge Mashile found that Peter Moyo should be reinstated temporarily. Old Mutual did not do that, basically saying that because they've put in a leave to appeal application, it automatically suspends the court judgments. And this is when Peter Moyo said, "You are in contempt of court, and I'm taking that application to the South Gauteng High Court." And that's what we thought we'd hear from today. But let's listen to what Judge Musa actually ruled on and the technicalities around the order that he read out today.
The respondents shall within 10 days of date hereof deliver their answer to the further evidence. 5. The applicant shall, if necessary, deliver his reply thereto within 5 days of delivery of the answering affidavit of the respondents. 6. 5 days thereafter, the applicant shall deliver his heads of argument, to which the respondents must deliver their response thereto within 5 days of delivery thereof. 7. The application will then be heard on the 5th day of the delivery of the respondents' heads of argument, being the 30th day. 8. Costs shall be those in the cause to be determined at the end of the hearing of the contempt of court application. That is the order of the court.
Now, that's Judge Musa speaking in the South Gauteng High Court earlier today. Now, Heidi, you also got a chance to speak to Moyo and his lawyer after the order. How did they take this?
Exactly. So this is basically a small victory for Peter Moyo. And the reason that this is a small victory is because one must remember that Old Mutual had submitted a second termination letter to Peter Moyo on the 21st of August, almost as a reminder that Peter Moyo is dismissed from Old Mutual and he's not permitted nor required to come back. And Peter Moyo submitted this to the High Court as part of his application to say that they are in contempt of court for the second time, given the fact that they are firing him for the second time. But basically we spoke to Peter Moyo and his lawyer Eric Mabuza, where they are saying that Old Mutual has exactly 10 days to prove that they are not in contempt of court. Let's listen to what Eric Mabuza had to say about that.
You'll understand and appreciate that contempt, especially against directors, is a very, very serious matter. So the court gave them an opportunity, after clearing all the technicalities which they had raised. First, they say that the directors were not before court. They also tried to prevent the letter from being admitted. So the court admitted that the letter is before court. It also held that the directors are before court. So there are no other technicalities other than for Old Mutual to explain what it was trying to do with the second letter.
Well, that's where the Peter Moyo camp stand at this time. Heidi, any word from Old Mutual?
Well, basically, Old Mutual told us today that they will stick to the timelines and time deadlines that they have been given by the court. So within the next 10 days, they will submit their version of why they're not in contempt of court. But the big thing that came out about what Old Mutual had to say was that they are saying that Peter Moyo remains fired from Old Mutual and he's not permitted nor required to come back to work. So I think we're all waiting in anticipation for the next 30 days on whether or not Old Mutual will be found in contempt of court.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Heidi Jokos reporting to us live there from our newsroom here in Johannesburg.